Hey everybody! Welcome to Gospel Lessons for Beginners. Tonight we're going to be doing lesson 16. We're going to be talking about the key of G one more time. We're going to finish up this key and we're going to be talking about suspended chords. So we're going to be talking about sus, what they call it, sus chords, sus2, sus4, what's the difference, and how do you use them. We're also going to be learning two brand new songs tonight. We're going to be learning Breathe on Me and what is the other one called? Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Alright, so we've got two brand new songs coming up for you, and we're going to be using those sus chords and applying them in our learning. And I'm so excited. Tonight we're finishing the key of G. Alright, we've got Tom, 1, 2, and Massimo already in on the chat. If you're watching with us tonight live, be sure to say hi so your name pops up and I can see who's watching with us tonight. And if you're watching the replay, put it in the comments. And I go back every day and I see all those comments, so I definitely read each and every one of them. Alright, Walter's here, Marilyn's here. Come on in, guys. We're going to be doing lots of good stuff tonight. Alright, if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out our Facebook group, where we have our downloads for tonight. So these are all free downloads. You can join our Facebook group and they're all right there. You can see the ones that are archived as well from lessons before, and that is in the description down below. You can see the link for that group. Alright, let's jump right in tonight. Suspended chords in G major. So we've already talked about sus chords on this channel before, but we're going to be doing it specifically in the key of G. Just give me one sec, I'll help my light here. There we go, that's a little better. So we're going to talk about which chords are more common for the sus chords in the key of G and where to use them. So what is a suspended chord? Let's review that together. If we're playing G major, for example, we'll just pick a regular major chord. And if to make it a suspended chord, or a sus chord, we're going to move this middle note, which is the third of our chord, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to replace it with either the second note or the fourth note, okay? And what our brains want to hear is this, 1, 3, 5. That's called resolved. It's all harmonious, and our brains think of it as complete and finished. Suspended chords remove this middle note, and they play either the second note or the fourth note, and it creates tension. So these two notes clashing together, or these two notes clashing together, subconsciously our brains do not like that, and it kind of creates this tension, wavering sound, and then usually right after it you'll play the same chord again, but normal. So you'd play G sus, and then G. And our brains like that, so we call it tension and release. Okay, so that's all we're doing tonight, is we're going to be taking that middle note out of our chord, replacing it with either the second or the fourth, and we'll talk about exactly what notes those are. So there are two types of suspended chords. There is sus2 and sus4, like I said. And then sometimes, a lot of times, you'll see, if you look online, you'll see chord charts that have just the word sus or underneath. And if it doesn't have a number, it's assumed that it's a 4. Okay? So there's only two kinds, 2 and 4. And if it doesn't have a number, it's just a 4. Okay? So let's take a look at our sus2 first tonight. There we go. So we're going to start with a sus2. Again, we're going to start with a major chord. This example here has C, so we can use that. We have a C major chord. And we're going to take the third, 1, 2, 3, and replace it with the second note. So in our C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the second one is our D. Okay? So we're going to take that middle finger, we're going to remove it, replace it with the second note, and that creates a C sus2 chord. C sus2 chord. Okay? And then down here it shows us how to make a, why do they keep doing that? Just give me a second here, guys. Okay, I think you guys can see that now. Nope, just sus2. I don't know why it keeps bouncing my Happens if I do that? Nope. Okay, sorry, the PDF is not letting me show you the Sus4 for some reason, so make sure you go and download it. I'll get my husband to help me with that. The PDF there, some sort of setting on the PDF thing. Okay, so I'll just show you on the piano. So if we have a C major chord and we want to make a Sus4, you're gonna take away your middle finger and you're gonna play the fourth one instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that would be C, Sus4. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples. Let's try, we know the key of F from a couple months ago, so let's do F. There's an F major chord. And we are going to think, in that moment when we're making the sus chord, we're going to think about the scale of that chord. So even though we're playing in the key of G, for example, if we had an F sus4, we would need to think about the F major scale, which has a B flat. Okay, so here's our third note. Our fourth note is actually that B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a F sus4 would be F, B flat, and C. If we wanted to make an F sus2, again, we think of our F major scale. We need the second note of our scale, which is G. So an F sus2 would be F, G, and C. Okay? Now don't worry, for tonight, I don't think we're going to need any black notes, but I just want you to understand how that works. When you're making a sus chord, you always think of the scale of the one chord you're doing. You kind of forget about the song for a minute, just look at one chord at a time to figure out what your fourth note or what your second note is. Okay? Let me know in the chat if that's making sense. So let's go to our first song tonight. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Just making sure you guys can see all of it. Okay, good. This one is in the key of G. You can see at the top there, we're in 4/4 time. We've got some sevenths. We've got a G sharp diminished. And then we have our sus chords. Okay, so this song is taking a few of the things we've learned so far in the last couple of weeks. I like to think of it as units, even though these are lessons online. When you're teaching, you always kind of think of things in units. So we're finishing unit G today. So we've got bless the Lord, starting with G major. Bless the Lord. Actually, before I do that, let me play through it, in case some of you aren't familiar with it. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless His holy, bless His holy name. Go to the chorus. For He has done great things. He has done great things. He has done great things. Bless His holy, bless His holy name. So you can see we've got some susses there. Tried to add them in wherever I could. Hi, Connie. She just popped on, said hello. Now, let's go through it step by step with the right hand first. So we've got bless the Lord, G major. Then we have G sharp diminished. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we learned about diminished chords in the key of G. Just take your first note. So in this case, G sharp diminished means that G sharp is your first note, which is right here. To make a diminished chord, we count up 3 half steps and 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we end up with G sharp, B, and D. Now, coincidentally enough, it's exactly the same as a G major chord, but with a G sharp on it. So that works out really well for us because we've just finished playing G. So to make G sharp diminished, just move your thumb up, and you have G sharp diminished, okay? So let's try that. So we have 3 beats of G, bless the Lord, and then 1 G sharp diminished. And then we move on to the A minor, okay? So there's no extra slashes there, just do it once and move on. Then we have A minor 7. So if you look at your G major home bass inversion chart, which we did in the inversion lesson, you'll know that the easiest way to get to A minor is just root position, A, C, and E. And to make it a seventh, we take our thumb from the A, go down 2, and we find our seventh chord, which is a G. That G note gets added in. Okay, so A minor 7, A minor, add your 7, and it looks like that. So let's try that. Bless the Lord, G sharp, and then go to the A minor 7. So all your fingers are going to move. Oh, but we're still in the same area. We're not jumping way up or down, but all our fingers will move there. So we have G sharp diminished, and then we got to think A minor, add the G, A minor 7. Oh, my soul. Now it has D sus. We usually do these in root position. So let's do it in root position first, then we'll invert it. So we have a D major. We need to make it a sus, which means it needs to be a sus4. Okay, so think of your D major going up like that. Okay, so the fourth note is G. So we're going to replace our middle finger with the G. And that is a D sus4 or a D sus chord. So remember those. You can write on a sticky note. D, G, and A. Okay? Now we're up here. We're in G home bass. We're going to try to stay up here. So we need to think. We needed a D, a G, and an A. So that's the inversion we're going to play. That's the D sus chord on the word soul. Okay? So we're still playing the same letters as the D sus. We're just rearranging them so it's closer to where we were. Because we just finished A minor 7. Here, we don't want to, or what was it, this one? We don't want to go from A minor 7 jumping down there. We want to stay up here. Okay, so we're at A minor 7, and then we're going to go to D sus. So we're going to keep that A there. Okay, we play that for one beat, and then we resolve it, like we talked about, to a D major chord. Okay, so what is D major? D, F sharp, and A. We already have the D. We don't have the F sharp, and we have the A. So the only difference between a D major chord and a D sus chord is our G and our F sharp. Okay, just changing that one note changes the whole chord. So D sus, looks like that. Then put your thumb on the F sharp to make D major. Okay, so again, D sus, D major. That hand position is very popular. That's one of those muscle memory ones you're going to want to remember, because a lot of times we're playing in this inversion. It just sounds real nice. And then when you resolve it, it's that bottom note that moves. Okay, so that first line of Bless Lord, O my soul has got so many things in it. Okay, it kind of has like the whole song's worth of chords in one line. So let's go through that slowly. Verse 1, line 1. So we've got G major. Bless the Lord. Move your thumb up to the G sharp for G sharp diminished. And then A minor 7. Oh my soul. D sus. So those both happen around the word soul. Oh my soul. And then you keep going. And oh, thank goodness, just a regular G. That is within me. So C major, that's our home bass inversion. Again, check your chart if you haven't printed that out yet. And just pause here, rabbit trail, just a reminder. There's nothing magical about home bass inversions. I've sent you guys that chart because it's the easiest, smoothest way to get to the chord in the key of G, but that doesn't mean it's the only inversion you can use. As long as you have the 3 notes, for now as a beginner, as long as you hit the 3 notes in whatever order, it's correct, okay? So just in case you're getting all, I can't memorize the inversions. Don't worry, it's just a shortcut to help you. If you're not sure where to go, just pick the inversion. Okay, and then third line, bless his, and then we have this D sus again. Oh. Now here, I do want to show you, there, right here, before this D major, add in 2 more slashes. You'll see it on the chorus there. Should be 3 slashes, not 1. Bless his whole, and then resolve to the D major. And then keep going. Bless his holy name. G sus. Now, kind of gave you the answer there, but let's talk about it. G major, Sus means 4. So we find the 4 instead of the 3. Like that. G sus. Name. See how it sounds crunchy when I'm singing? Name. The one I'm singing is not found in my hand. Name. Actually, it's the G, but it sounds like a wrong note because it's all crunchy. Okay, so let's try that. Nice and steady. Left hand, I'm just going to add in some long notes here. Verse 1. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his whole... Yeah, sorry, just make sure I got the run. To add a slash D. Bless his holy name. Okay, now let's go over to the chorus. For he hath done great. And then we've got the D sus again. Things. Stay on the D. He has done great things. Back to G, just regular. He has done great things. So just regular C. Bless his. And now here you can see the last line of the chorus is actually what the last 2 lines of the verse should be. You can see the extra slashes there. Holy, bless his holy name. And then that same G sus ending. Okay? So, let me know. This is the last day for level G. The key of G. Are there any questions? You can throw them in the chat. We've got time tonight. 7 chords, diminished chords, sus chords, major chords, minor chords, inversions, whatever else we did in the key of G. Ask your questions tonight because we are moving on next week, all right? So here we go. Nice and slow. Verse 1 and the chorus with the left hand long note. And we're just going to go nice and steady. This one, really, it's a lot of right hand work this week. But I'll show you a little tidbit as well. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy, bless his holy name. Go to the chorus. For he has done great things. He has done great things. He has done great things. Bless his holy. Bless his holy name. So that's the homework, is just steady beat. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I want to add a little bit more. I see Darlene has joined in, and I know Darlene from class. She's probably thinking, well, is there something else we can add there, Christine? Yes, there is. We can add in a bounce. Bless the Lord. Maybe not there. Oh, my soul. There's a good one. All that is within. You could do the bounce. And then verse 1, again, sorry guys, I don't know how to fix this on the fly. Ooh, is it working? Yes. Okay, thank you. Goodness. Okay, so, never mind. I got to work on this one. So verse 1, on the bottom, do you see that? How I have it looks almost the same, but I've added in this little underlined spot right here. That is within me. If you look up above, it would be 2 slashes. Okay, right here. So, all that is with, and then you switch to the C. Now, I wanted to show you guys what I did in the intro. That is within me. It's a nice walk up, but it doesn't follow the rules. You know how all our walk-ups go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or triple it at the very least. This is, without getting into the theory, it doesn't follow the rules. We'll say that. For any of you interested in what it actually is, you can go ahead and Google polyrhythm and have a good old time learning about that on YouTube. Someday we will do that. Not today. But basically, we're going to have 3 notes in the space where we would normally have 2 beats. Okay, so you can see there we have a G, we have A minor, and we have a G over B here, which is 3 sounds, but it's only 2 beats. So if you're keeping steady beat, it's only supposed to be 2. But if you follow the sound of the syllables of the words, you can do it by ear. So don't try to count this. It's not going to be very countable for those of you doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're going to have to feel it. So we're going to go, and all that is within. So I'm just following the syllables. That is within. And then when I land on the C, I'm back on track. Okay? So let's go through this. So that is G, just straight old G. A minor. That is. Yeah, I'm just making sure it's the easiest one. That is. And then we have within, or with, the word with, is G over B. Okay, that's it. So G, A minor, G over B. Left hand's just going 1, 2, 3, up 1 by 1. The right hand is going G, A minor, G. So hands by themselves, very easy. So practice that. That is with, and then land on the C. In me. All right, that's all you gotta do. So you're keeping the beat till you see the underline, and then just follow the sound of the words. So bless the Lord, oh my soul. Here we go. And all that is within me. Doesn't that sound nice? Bless his holy. Okay, and then we keep going. So that's an idea. Now this one, what I would probably do if I was playing in real life is I would add some octaves, I'd add a couple of bounces, and I'd use my volumes to create the contrast in this one. This one, at least at our church, we're playing like a nice slow song, and then all of a sudden we change into bless the Lord. It's very majestic. So I would like to play it like this. So if I'm each note with intention. So that's something else. We haven't really talked about that very much. Some teachers call it like pressing into the keys. I call it playing with intention. So instead of just bless the Lord, it doesn't have to be loud, but it's intentional. Each, it's all the notes are going down together. You can hear the crispiness instead of bless the Lord, which is usually what we would play. But if you're playing bless the Lord, you can hear each chord. It's clean, it's crisp. So play with intention with this one. And with my octaves, normally we would play here. For this one, go way down there. If I was playing the piano. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Add in a bounce now and then. Oh, here we go. That is within me. Bless his holy. But you get the idea. You could just use your inversions to like make it exciting and move your hands around. So you could start down here. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. And then you could go, and all that is within me, right? And go up and then come back down. And this would be a great one to practice that. Just it sounds majestic when you move the inversions. It's kind of like, I don't know, the big band or something. It makes it feel majestic and strong. So yeah, that's bless the Lord, oh my soul. Hopefully that was a blessing to you to bless the Lord. All right, so we're going to go into our next song. which is going to be Breathe on Me, breathe on me, da 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 da. So this is a more newer song. It's not like super new, but definitely not in the hymn book. So this one, it repeats itself. We've got 3 verses, but they all do the same thing, but with different words. Okay, so we'll go, and it looks like verse 3 isn't going to show up tonight. That's okay. Go ahead, download it again. Make sure you've got your copy. So I have verse 1 up here. I have the simple version. And then I have down here on verse 2, I've put in all the extra chords so that you guys can try it with a little bit of challenge. Okay, so I'm going to play... There we go. Let's play... I'll do the verse 1 so you can hear it. Or verse 2, I mean. Rain on me, rain on me, Holy Ghost power, rain on me. Yesterday's gone, today I'm in need. Holy Ghost power, rain on me, rain on me, rain. So it's kind of groovy, but you could also do it really soulful. Rain on me, rain on me. So it could be altar, or it could be a peppy, happy song, depending how you guys want to use it. So let's go through verse 1 first, just to make sure we get our chords there. We do have an A major, which we don't use very often in the key of G. That one doesn't live in the scale, but it's a helpful guide. And we're actually starting not on the tonic. Remember when we talked about our scale, we called this note, the very first note is the tonic. And it's the most important note of the scale because it tells us that it's over. It gives us that resolved feeling, right? And normally in all of our other songs, you'll see that usually the verse and the chorus will start and end with the tonic. So the first chord and the last chord will be G, for example, if we're in the key of G. This one is a little funky in that it starts on the 4th note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're singing along, this one might be a little harder to find the note. But if you use your intro, that should help you. So if we start with our intro, which also doesn't start with G, but it'll give you some time to figure it out. So... and then you would come in. Breathe on me. Okay? So I'm gonna start on verse 1, but if you're trying to find your note to sing it, maybe try the intro to help get you into it. Breathe. So our first note will be C when you're singing it, if that helps. Any of those, I know some people say, when I'm trying to sing along, I can't find the note. First note C. So we're gonna play this inversion because we're in G. This will be our home base. So we're gonna go breathe on me, and then D major. Breathe on me. Now watch what I did there. We went from a D major to an E minor. Okay, so we could just do it like this, 1, 2, 5, and then scoot over like that, which would be what it is in your chart, right? That's your D major in your inversion. That's your E minor in your inversion. But when I was doing it, what I did, my middle finger is already there, so I kind of scooted my hand over like that. I played E minor like that. So inversions, although also helping you not jump, can help you to have a smoother sound as well. So being careful where your fingers are going. You hear the difference? Sounds a little bit more choppy. That one's a little more smooth because I'm using my finger numbers accordingly, and there's no pedal there. That's just fingering. So again, that could be a whole other lesson, but a little tidbit for you. Okay, so let's try it again from the top. Breathe on me, breathe on me, Holy Ghost power, breathe. That's that A major, A, C sharp, and E. So remember to find your major chord, find your note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. A major. Breathe on me. Now this one is a bit of a jump because we're all the way over here on A major. And then even though we have the A here, we're actually going to go way down here to the D major. So I'm just following the chart that I gave you guys. But if you're on A major and maybe you wanted to keep that A, and you want to use that way of playing D major, you could do that. I'm going to use the ones that are on the chart, just to keep it simple for those following along. But just that's to follow the rule, right? You want it to be the easiest one. You could do that. Okay, where are we at? Third line. Yes. Yesterday's gone. Today, same chords. I'm in need. Now we've got A minor, which doesn't have the sharp in it. Holy Ghost power, breathe on me. Okay, so verse 1, hopefully pretty straightforward, except that A major, which might be a little bit new. Let's try it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. See, this is why it's good to know your note. Breathe on me. Breathe on me. Holy Ghost power, breathe on me. Yesterday's gone. Today I'm in need. Holy Ghost power, breathe on me. Okay, so that would be the simple version. Now, let's jump in. We're supposed to be learning about sus chords tonight. So, let's replace some chords here. So, this, if you Google it, you're going to find number 1. Okay, so if you go on how to play Breathe on Me, chords, enter. That's what you're going to find. Or something like that. But we are going to go through and figure out how we can make it a little spicier. Okay, we don't want it to be just plain potatoes. We want something else on it. So on the very first note, we can play G sus because the main note is G. Our brains want to land there. Breathe on me. We're like, ah. So let's make it a sus. It's almost the same notes anyway. Let's look at it. So a C chord is G, C, and E. A G sus chord is G, C, and D. It's almost the same chord. So let's try it. Rain on me. Does that sound nice? Also, I know you guys have probably heard this joke, but I have a joke for you. What is the most holy chord to play on the piano? It's the G sus chord. There you go. There's some pun humor for you. Okay. Say something in the chat so I know you guys are still alive and haven't left because of my bad jokes. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna go rain on me. Okay, so we've got that sus. The D major and E minor stay the same. Breathe on me. Now, if we look on the second line, Holy Ghost power, we could play a G, but I've changed it to G over B. So we're playing a G chord, but we're just changing the left-hand note to be a different note from the chord. So instead of playing a G chord like this with a G on the bottom, let's just pick a different note. We know G over B is very popular, so we'll try that. It'll still give the same sound as a G chord, but it's just a little bit of color. Holy Ghost power. Like that. Okay? Darlene, love your jokes. Thank you. Now I know everyone's alive. Juanita's here. Hi, Juanita. It's okay you're late. We're glad you're here. All right. So yeah, that works. We can change the G to a G over B. Holy Ghost power, rain. And it leads to the A minor. So that's another thing. We have the G on the word, where are we? We have C, and we're going to A. So what note goes in between? B. So our left hand could do a little walk down. Holy Ghost power, rain on me. Okay, so let's try that. Also, we're landing on an A7 this time. So remember when we were talking about 7 chords, if you want it, you can add a 7 to any minor that you want. Basically, I don't think there's very many that it would sound wrong on. And then sometimes it'll work on the 4th note of the scale. It works on the 5th note of the scale a lot. And then different ones you can try. So A7, it's going to sound really nice. So let's try the second line there. Let's go up here to our regular spot. Holy Ghost power. And then A7, so we're adding the G to it. Rain on me. Okay, and then we could just land on the D major like we did on verse 1. But let's just take one of the beats to make a sus chord and then resolve to the D. Me. Okay, rain on me. Oh, our brains like that. Okay, let's try verse 2. The first and second line again, so we can hear it all together. So, rain on me. Rain on me. Holy Ghost power. Rain on me. Okay? So it's already sounding so much spicier. A lot of people say in the private lessons, they're like, but I don't, when they first start, they're like, I just feel like I sound like a beginner. I hear that phrase a lot. I sound like a beginner. People know that I'm a beginner. It's these little tiny things that make it sound like you've been playing for a while. And you can see, if you look at verse 1 and verse 2, the chords are basically the same. We're just adding little bits of spices from all those lessons that we did in the key of G. Okay, let's look at the third line. So we have yesterdays. So we could just play 2 Gs. Why don't we throw a G over B in there? It's still a G chord. Our left hand's just playing a different note of the G chord. Yesterdays. Lovely. Sounds great. Gone. Okay, so up above we have a C major chord. Again, let's just make it a sus and resolve it. Yesterday's gone. Okay, yesterday's gone. Again, little bits of movement, but sounds nice. And then a regular D major. Today, so same as above. Today I'm in need. Now, this one we talked about a couple weeks ago, I think, in the diminished class. We talked about how you can use the 5 sharp diminished in between the 5th chord and the 6th chord of your scale. So look at your scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is D. 6 is E minor. So we can see above we have a D and an E minor beside each other. Let's try that trick out. So we're going to take the D sharp, which lives in between those 2 notes, so this one, and instead of just playing a D sharp major or something, we make it diminished. Okay, so let's play D sharp diminished. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's the same as a D major, except it's a D sharp instead of the D. That's an easy way to remember it. Okay, so let's see. So today, so to keep everything the same, except move your D's to the D sharp. I'm in, and then go to your E minor. Need. Today I'm in need. Ooh, isn't that nice? So let's try line 3 again. Yesterday's gone. Today I'm in need. So it sounds smooth. It sounds like we're moving. Our left hand, watch, it's like a giant walk up. Now it's not like a real walk up where it's like following the pattern, but you can see we have a line. Our left hand is doing something instead of just, right? It's creating kind of its own thing in the background. Okay, so now let's look at the right hand, because I'm doing a lot of finger switches, and you guys are probably like, I'm running out of fingers. So let's look at it. Yesterday's gone with the new chords. So I've got yesterday's gone. Now, your C2 is going to look like this. C, D, and G. That's your 2 right there. But to resolve it, I need to make my D go back to the E. So you have a couple options here. Yesterday's gone. You just keep everything the same and scoot your pinky over, if you want to do that. Or, yesterday's gone. you know it's coming. So what you could do is play your sus chord like this with your thumb, third and fourth finger. So your pinky is ready and available once you get there. That's probably the better choice. So you're not stretching that pinky out over. So yesterday's gone. Like that. And then we go to the D major. So we go back here. Today, so we're lifting our whole hand. Going back to D major, kind of starting over. Today I'm in need. Today I'm in need. So again, a couple different ways you could do this. Today you could play normal, 1, 2, and 5. Just move your pinky for the D sharp. Everybody stays the same. And then you would move. Could you do that? Yeah, you could. Okay, so it'd be D major, move your pinky for D diminished, and then move everybody to E minor. So you're following the right fingers, 1, 2, and 5 again. Anytime we have this inversion where there's more space up here, usually we play 1 and then our pointer finger. Okay, that's what I mean by the normal fingering. So we're going, today I'm in need. Or, that's what I would do. I would go, today. If I had big hands, I would play the D major like this. F sharp, A, and D with my fourth finger. So my pinky's ready to go. Today I'm in need. But I don't have big hands, and that kind of hurts my hand. So what I do is I go, today, and you probably saw me do this if you go back and watch it, I do a quick switch. As soon as I play the chord, I put my ring finger down right away and take places with it without pressing it down again. Like that. Okay, so that's a small hand trick. So today I'm in need. And I would land the E minor like this. G, middle finger, and pinky. I know this might seem like semantics, but I know some of you are struggling with that sound. It sounds choppy. It sounds like it's not flowing. So I'm giving you very practical in time. I didn't write any of this down. I'm just showing you what I would do and why. Okay? So I would go like this. I'd switch it, but if you can reach it, just do it like that. And then I would go like that. And then I would use my middle finger for that B, and I would slide the other 2 fingers off the black notes so it sounds smooth. Okay? So here we go, line 3. Yesterday's gone, today I'm in need. Okay? And there should be another slash after that need. Sorry, guys. I always make the joke, I never can edit enough. That's true. So there's one more slash there after that need. Okay, and then let's go down to A minor 7. So again, it's a minor chord, any minor chord, add a 7. Add 7s everywhere, they sound lovely. Okay, so just like this. Holy Ghost. And then instead of G, G over B. Notice the pattern here. I'm just throwing in that everywhere. It sounds lovely. And then on the word rain, on the last line there, instead of just playing a D, we do a sus first, then resolve on the G. Okay, nice and slow. Write your fingering down if you need to. Rain on me, rain on me, Holy Ghost power, rain on me, yesterday's gone. Sorry, yesterday's gone. Oh, I'm overthinking everything. Yesterday's gone. Today I'm in need. Holy Ghost power, rain on me. Okay, I also realized I gave you more than's on the sheet. I actually showed you guys how to do a C there to resolve the C2, C sus2. So technically you don't have to. You could play what's on the sheet here. Yesterday's gone, and just hold it there. Sorry guys, because usually that's what I would do. I'm just accidentally showing you what I would normally play, but I don't want to make it too complicated. Okay, so let me know in the chat. I know you guys are quiet tonight. That means I'm talking a lot. So let me know how you're feeling about all that. How's the fingering? Is that fingering making sense? It probably feels more complicated at first, and that's totally normal. I do get a lot of questions in the private classes where people will be like, well, how do you like get yourself to do that? And the answer is not what you want to hear. It's repetition, 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 and making sure that your fingering stays the same every single time. So if I was learning this for the first time, I would legitimately play the right hand by itself. I would write down my fingerings if I was having trouble remembering them, and I would go so slow, and then I would just slowly increase the speed. So I would go, yesterday's gone, today I'm in need. And I would play that 10 times. And then I might add in the left hand by keeping it so slow so that every time you're playing it, your fingering, like the whatever number finger is on that whatever letter, stays exactly the same. And then as you get used to your inversions, it happens way more naturally. But if you're trying to do something like this where it is feeling new and it's overwhelming and you're like, which D sharp do I jump to? Just write them down. So you could even write on top here, is you could just write D sharp, F, and A, like with your pencil on top of this note, if that's one that you're getting stuck on, right? And then right beside it, you could write, what are we doing there? You could write 1, 2, and 5 right beside the letters. So I do that a lot. Let me see if I can show you guys. So if I'm printing them out, or even not, I can on your iPad. So on top of the D sharp diminished, I would write it like this. I would go, okay, it's F sharp, A, and D sharp, and then beside it, I write the finger numbers, 1, 2, and 5. Okay, let's see if that'll show up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's what I would write on top of my score. And then that might get a little messy at first, but then after you play it 10, 15, 20 times, then you can erase it because you're like, got it. It's like that. Okay? Now, let's add in a bounce and finish up for the night. Here we go. Rain on me. And you can see it's every second one. Perfect for bounce. Rain on me. Holy Ghost power. Rain on me. Yesterday's gone. Today I'm in need. Holy Ghost power. Rain on me. Rain on me. Rain on me. Now all I'm doing there is I'm just messing with the rhythm. The chords are staying the same. You can add a little fun to it. Okay? So that's Rain on Me. What was the other one we did? I keep getting. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. In the key of G. Finishing up the key of G. So next week, we are going to do some holiday music. In case you guys are going to be playing for some sing-alongs and sing-spirations and whatever. We'll do some holiday hymns and show you guys in different keys. So we're going to have a couple of different ones, start mixing them together now. And then the week following that, on December 29th, we are going to do a live Q&A session. So right before New Year's there, that Friday, you guys can submit your questions. I will put a post in the group, but whatever you guys send in, if I see them on the chat, on the comments, in the group, whatever, I'll just start making a list. Make sure you put in all your questions. I'll answer them in real time. And then, of course, it will be live. So if there's more questions that come in, you can do that. That would be a great one to invite somebody to. If they want to come in and ask some questions, if they're thinking about getting started, it's all free. So why not come on in and learn some awesome stuff? And then let me know in the comments, would you like to keep learning more keys after the new year rolls around? I do have a grand plan, but I want to know what you guys want to learn. Let me know which keys are your favorite, which one are you waiting for, which one has always seemed very scary and overwhelming, and we'll break it down, and we'll learn some songs, and we'll have some fun. So, have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you guys for your comments, and laughing at my silly jokes. And we'll see you guys next week for some holiday hymns. All right, bye, everybody.